Chapter 24, Child Burger. Her, said Burt, not laughing. He paced towards Zoe, his nose twitching in her direction. Now Zoe was afraid that, like the rats, she too was in mortal danger. "Come out, little girl," shouted the man. "I could smell you in the van. I have an extremely strong sense of smell. For rats, but also for children." Zoe rolled out from under the van and ran to the door of the warehouse, which she could see, even from here, was shut and locked. Burt must have closed it after driving in. The cruel man walked slowly behind her. That Burt didn't bother to run made him all the more terrifying. He knew she was trapped. Zoe looked over at the cages of rats. There must be thousands of the poor creatures stacked up in there. How on earth would she find little Armitage among them? She would just have to set them all free. However, right now, the prodigious rat killer was striding towards her, his nose twitching more and more feverishly with every step. Not taking her eyes off him, Zoe felt her way along the wall to the huge sliding door and started fumbling with the padlock, desperate to escape. "Get away from me," she shouted, her fingers fumbling ever more frantically to open the door. "Or what?" wheezed Burt, edging closer and closer. He was so close now, she could smell him. Or I will tell everyone about what you are doing here, turning rats into burgers." "No, you won't." "Yes, I will." "No, you won't." "Yes, I will." "Yes, you will," said Burt. "No, I won't." "Ah," said Burt. "Got you. I knew you were trouble that day in your flat. That's why I let you climb into the back of my van and come into my secret lair." "You knew I was there all along." "Oh, yes. I could smell you. And now I'm going to turn you into a burger. That's what evil children get for sticking their little noses in other people's business." "No!" Zoe screamed, still desperately trying to open the old rusty padlock. The key was still in it, but it was so stiff that, try and try as she might, it just wouldn't turn. "Ha, ha, ha," Burt wheezed. "My very first child burger." He reached out to grab her. She dodged out of the way, but his big, hairy hand grasped a clump of her frizzy ginger hair. Zoe flailed her arms around, trying to get the rat catcher to release his grip. Now his other hand had slammed down onto her shoulder and was holding it tight. Zoe slapped him hard across the face, and his dark glasses flew into the air and onto the ground. "No!" shouted Burt. Zoe looked up at his eyes, but they weren't there. Where his eyes should be, Burt had only two empty, blacker-than-black sockets in his face. "Ah!" screamed Zoe in terror. "You have no eyes!" "Yes, child. I am completely blind." But you don't have a dog or a white stick or anything." "Don't need them," said Burt proudly. "I've this." He tapped his nose. "This is why I am the greatest rat catcher in the world, even of all time." Zoe stopped struggling for a moment. She was frozen in terror. "What? Why?" "Because I have no eyes, my dear. I have developed an acute sense of smell. I can smell a rat from miles away, especially a cute little baby one like yours." But you drive a van," spluttered Zoe. "You can't drive if you are blind." Burt smiled, showing off his filthy false teeth. "It is perfectly easy to drive with no eyes. I just follow my nose." "You'll kill someone." "In the whole 25 years since I have been driving, I've only run over 59 people." 59? "I know, it's nothing. Some I had to reverse over to finish them off, of course." "Murderer." "Yes, but if you don't declare them, the insurance company lets you keep your no-claims bonus." Zoe stared into the deep, dark pools in his face. "What on earth happened to your eyes?" She knew that some people were born blind, of course, but Burt actually had no eyes at all. Many years ago, I used to work in an animal laboratory, began Burt. A what? Interrupted Zoe. Doing experiments on animals and that for medical research. But I used to stay late and do my own little experiments. Like what? Asked Zoe, feeling sure the answer would be something grisly. Pulling wings off Daddy Longlegs, stapling cats' tails to the floor, hanging bunny rabbits on a clothesline by their ears. Just a bit of fun. Fun? Yes, fun! You are sick. I know, replied Burt proudly. But that still doesn't explain why you have no eyes. Be patient, child. One night, I stayed very late at the laboratory. It was my birthday, and as a special treat, I had planned to dump a rat in a bath of acid. No. But before I could dip the little thing in the liquid, the vile creature bit my hand. Hard. The same hand I was using to hold the dish of acid. The bite made me flick up my hand in pain, and the acid flew into my eyes, burning them out of their sockets. Zoe was speechless at the horror of it all. Ever since then, continued Burt, I have pulverised every rat I could get my hands on. And now I will have to do the same to you, since you have stuck your nose into my business, like a little rat yourself. Zoe thought for a moment. Well, she said defiantly, it seems to me like you got your just desserts. No, 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 my dear, said Burt. On the contrary, I'm going to get my dessert just now when I eat you.